Week 3 math. We're starting on day 3, lesson 9. Boys and girls, glad to have you back again. We're going to be working on our problem set video right here. It's going to be a 2-pager that we have. You're going to use your notes that we took in class on rounding, and your exit ticket will be the assignment today, and that will be just 1 page. Now look at lesson 9, boys and girls. It goes on to 2 days. I don't want you to do a lot of lesson 9 tonight. I only want you to do 1-page exit ticket. You'll see that at the end of the video of what page number you're to do. Remember, if I'm going too fast in the video or you need me to slow down, you can always click that pause video. You can't do that in the classroom now. So let's get started, boys and girls. We're going to turn all the way to problem set 9. And we're just going to round our numbers. So we're rounding these numbers to the nearest thousands place. So I'm going to find the digit that's in the thousands. This is my ones, tens, hundreds. Here's my thousands. I underline that digit. I then circle the digit to the right. That digit to the right is going to talk to the 5, and he's going to say that they are a large enough number, meaning 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so the 5 can go up, or no, they are a smaller digit, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a lot of times, boys and girls, we can use those on our hands. Let me zoom out here. So on our hand, we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They stay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They go up. So 3 is obviously one of our smaller numbers. So the 5 is going to stay the same. And if you're following along in our playbook, the next thing in our playbook we had was to now fill in the rest with zeros. So if we are rounding to the nearest thousands place, boys and girls, we should have 3 zeros. So 5,300 or 5,300 is closer to 5,000 than it is closer to 6,000. So let's now go over to B. Again, we're going to the nearest thousands place. We'll go a lot faster throughout this, guys, as we get going. 5 is the number to the right. 5 tells the 4. Let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's too small. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a bigger number, so it's going to make that 4, boys and girls, go up to a 5. And then the rest become zeros. So 4,589 is closer to 5,000. Now we're still going to the nearest thousands, even though this is in the 10,000s place. This is the digit in question. So don't go to the 4, but go to the 2. So go to the 2. 0 is not big number. It is obviously the smallest single digit that you can have. 0 tells the 2 that it cannot move up. It stays the same, still giving me 42,000. And the rest are zeros. Again, we're counting by 1,000. We should have 3 zeros in all of my answers. Might have 4 zeros if possible, but you can get just 3. Let's go to the next one. There's my 1,000. It's a 1. Circle the number to the right. 5 is a bigger number. It's one of the smaller, bigger numbers, but still it's big enough to tell the 1 to bump up to the next thousands. So not just 801, now it's 802,000. Okay, so those ones, boys and girls, we're going to the nearest thousands place. So just to show you what I was talking about, they should all end in 3 zeros. Boop, boop, boom, 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 3 zeros. Now we're going to the nearest 10,000s place. So let's go to the first one, which is 26,000. So I'm not going to go to the 6 here because that's the thousands place. I'm now going over to the 2. I'm going to circle the digit to the right. It's a 6. It's one of those bigger numbers that's going to tell the 2, hey, you can go up to 30. And that's exactly what 26 is going to do. 26,000. And look again, boys and girls, I have at least 4 zeros in my answer because I'm rounding to 10,000. Let's go to B. My 3 is the digit I'm looking at because it's in the 10,000s place. Circle the number 4. 4 is not big enough. It is the biggest of the smaller single digit numbers, but it cannot go up. So again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, those things stay the same. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they'd round up. 4 tells the 3 to stay, giving me 30, meaning 34,920 is closer to 30,000 than it is to 40,000. All right, even though we have a digit in the hundreds place, I'm still going, the digit in the 100,000s place, I'm still going to the 10,000s place. So there's my digit in the 10,000s place. You always look to the right. 9 is obviously the biggest single digit we can have. Not biggle, it's the biggest single digit we can have. 9 is going to tell the 8, boys and girls, to go up to a 9. So 789 becomes 790,000. Again, make sure you have all those zeros. So from everything here, we have 4 zeros, we have 4 zeros. And this one we have 4 zeros because we're going to the 10,000s. There is no number here. However, circle the number to the right. 6 tells the 0 to go up. Well, it can go up. A 0 can go up to a 1. So 710,000 is my correct answer to round those. So again, look at how this changed a little bit. The first 4 are going to the nearest 1,000. Then we're going to the nearest 10,000s place. All right? And the last 4 that we're going to do here is the nearest 100,000. That means those have 5 zeros. So all my answers, boys and girls, should have 5 zeros at the end of it. And if they don't, I'm doing it wrong. Hopefully I don't do it wrong. Let's go to 840,000. So the 8 is the digit we're looking on way at the end over here. The number to the right is the 4. The 4 is not big enough. I'll draw a little arrow here. The 4 is going to talk to the 8. He's saying, I'm not big enough. I got to be a 5 to get up on that ride. I'm not tall enough to ride yet. So the 8 stays the same, and the rest becomes zeros. So 840,000 is closer to 80,000 than it would be to 90,000. The next one, 850. So there's my 8 again. This time I have the digit 5 instead of 4. Now that is big enough. It's going to tell the 8 to go up. 850,047 is going to be closer to, you got it, 900,000. Again, look at all those zeros because we're going to the nearest 100,000s. We should have 5 zeros at least in all my answers. All right, let's go to C. 761,000. So there's my 7. I circle that number to the right. Hopefully this strategy, guys, that you've mastered this. You know how to find the place value we're going to. Circle the digit to the right. And the 6 is going to talk to the 7 and say to the 7, you can go up. I am bigger. So 761,004 is closer to 800,000. And again, look at all those zeros. 5 zeros. And the last one of this page, there's my 9. I like this one. Here's why. This one we got to regroup. It's our first one we've had that's going to go up. And it's going to push over not only just into the 100,000s place, boys and girls, but the next place value, which is blank right here, because there's actually a 0 over here. Not the letter D. There's actually a 0 right here. So it's going to bump this up to a 9. What comes after 9 would be a 10. So that would become, boys and girls, 991,965 rounds to 1 million. And again, I know this one has 6 zeros, but this one was a special case because I'm going to kind of put this right here. That 9 has to go up. Well, what comes after a 9 would be a 10, so I've got to round this up to 10 hundred thousands or a million. 10 hundred thousands ends up becoming, boys and girls, 1 million. Okay? So there's our rounding page for our are some repetition and some good practice. You'll get a couple of them to do in a minute when it's your turn. But now let's turn. We have a couple rounding word problems. So we have some Super Bowl questions. We have 2 Super Bowls that we're going to deal with. Super Bowl 2012 and Super Bowl 2011. The Buffalo Bills were not in either of those Super Bowls. 2012 Super Bowl had an attendance of just 68,658. So I wrote that down for you. The headline in the newspaper the next day read, about 70,000 people attend the Super Bowl. How did the newspaper round to estimate the total number of attendance? So they gave us the answer. It is now up to us to figure out, well, where did they round to? So let's start here. If they rounded to the nearest tens place, my number would still be 68660. Nope, can't be that. How about the hundreds place? Did they round to the nearest hundreds place? 5 tells the 6 to go up, so the new number would be 68700. Nope, that doesn't give me that. How about the thousands place? So this would be my thousands place. The 6 tells this to go up. It would become 69,000. Close. Doesn't count in math to be close, though. So they went, boys and girls, all the way to the highest place value here at the end. It's called the largest place value. So you go all the way to the end, and the 8 is going to tell the 6 to go up to a 7, giving me 70,000. So we need to say, how did the newspaper round to estimate the total number? They rounded to the nearest 10,000 place. And then that is our answer. Okay, so that looks like a very hard question, but it was kind of the reverse. They gave us the answer. They said about, notice how I have that word about, that means they estimated already for us. They said about 70,000 people had that. And I would say, boys and girls, that's reasonable. I'm going to start talking about reasonable in the next couple of lessons just a little bit, because next week we're going to talk about the reasonableness of our estimates. All right? Because the next one you're going to get to, this one is not reasonable at all. Something funky happened on this one. So in 2011, Super Bowl had an attendance of 103,219 fans. Here we are. If the headline in the newspaper the next day read, about 200,000 people attend the Super Bowl, is it reasonable? No way! It is not even close to reasonable. Boys and girls, if we're even rounding this to the nearest 100,000, which it looks like they're doing, we would round this number to just simply 100,000. That's 100,000 people away from the true answer. No way is it reasonable. So we're going to say no. This answer of 200,000 is not, keyword, no way, reasonable. Meaning that it's close to the real number. Now, the real number, we also know, is 103. 100,000 is a lot more reasonable than my 200,000. So that was a pretty easy word. And boys and girls, it's going to go a little harder. This one was pretty obvious. It's not reasonable at all. Okay, so this one, 200,000, that's definitely not reasonable. The person at the newspaper needs to learn how to estimate. We should teach them a little Mr. V lesson here. You should underline the digit you're looking for, sir, and then go to the number to the right. Your closest answer should be 100,000, because I'm thinking they're going to the nearest 100,000s. They should be fired from their job. All right, last question. According to the problems above, about, I didn't do this one. Circle that word or bubble that word. When you see the word about, you should like it. it means we're gonna estimate these. We're gonna estimate these and we're going to come up with our answer. So it says about how many more, and I gave you a clue there. When we do how many more, even though you see the word more, how many more keys us in that we're gonna be doing some subtraction. They wanna know how many more people attended the Super Bowl in 2011 than in 2012. Round each number to the largest place value before giving the estimated answer. So the largest place value that I have in this number is my 100,000s. So I'm gonna round this to 100,000. That would be the number to the right, 100,000. And this one right here is my 10,000s place. So I'm gonna round that. 8 is gonna tell the 6 to go up to a 7, and notice how I'm lining them up because it's gonna set me up for my subtraction question. I told you guys you're gonna love this because now you don't have to do any regrouping and crazy stuff like that. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 10 minus 7 is 3. So about 30,000 more in 2011. Okay? And that's all you guys need to do. I'm gonna show you over here if that's a reasonable answer. Okay? So don't need to do this. You can kind of give your fingers a nice little break here. I'm gonna show you the actual number of what it was. How much more did the other have than the next? Because this is gonna be what we're doing next week. So I like to give you a little picture into the future. I'm gonna subtract these. That's a 1. I need to regroup here. Give 10, take away 1. Needed to regroup. Needed to regroup again here. Give 10, take away 1. Okay, so notice what I'm doing. I'm good here. I'm good here. Still not good here. So now I need to regroup here. Give 10, take away 1. Okay, so now I'm all set. That would be 6 because 6 plus 5 is an 11. Works the other way again here. 6 plus 5 is an 11. 8 and almost said 3. 8 and 4, and then 3. So my real answer was 34,561 people, and my estimate was about 30,000. Now the actual answer, we're off by a good 4,000. And I'll tell you exactly why that this is not as reasonable as we probably want it to be. We rounded this one to the largest possible. Maybe we should have rounded this to the nearest 10,000, excuse me, the nearest thousands place, both of these, okay? So we're gonna talk about this in class more. Again, you didn't need to do this, but understanding reasonable. Well, we're dealing with 10,000s here, and we're off by 4,000? It's questionable right there if that's reasonable or not, okay? So that concludes your video. If you flip over your page, guys, this is all you need to do. Lesson 9 exit ticket. This number right here needs to be rounded to the nearest thousands, nearest 10,000s, and nearest 100,000s. So super easy. And then you have this word problem that I got you started on. It's got 16,850 star coffee shops around the world. Round the number of shops to the nearest 1,000 and 10,000, and which answer is more, here's this word, accurate. One of them is going to be a little more accurate, closer to the actual, and our actual is 16,850. Okay, so you need to round it to the nearest 1,000, round it to the nearest 10,000, and then tell me which one of these two seems to be a little bit more accurate, meaning it's a little more reasonable and closer to the answer. I'm sorry I said my videos would be a little short, guys. 15 minutes, this is pushing 20 here, but you only have 1 page for your assignment. I mean, your assignment here should maybe take you 5 minutes tops. Okay? Thank you very much, and I'm signing off for week 3, day 3. Adios.